Wow, this is another long article. It says Okuama is no more, meaning that the military must have wiped out the country. The Delta State community that was involved in the mutilation or the murder of 16 or 17 soldiers a few days ago. Okay, and this article was written by Sonny Awhefeada. Okay, so let's go through and see what he meant by Okuama is no more. So the above title re-echoes a significant statement in the understanding of the disruptive essence of colonialism in Africa as depicted in Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, a novel which is crucial to the understanding of the African predicament. It was Obierika who told his audience, including his great friend Okonkwo, Abame is no more. Oh boy, so now it's Okuama that is no more. So he's borrowing this illustration from the book Things Fall Apart written by Chinua Achebe. So the village of Abame was wiped out because her people killed a white man and very symbol of colonialism in Africa. So the colonial enterprise left in its wake a series of punitive expeditions in order to ensure the pacification of the primitive tribes. So what happened to Abame also happened to the great Benin Kingdom with its invasion in 1897 as a consequence of the killing of agents of colonialism. So the fall of the powerful kingdom, which once defined the universe from around the Niger Delta to as far today as Republic of Benin, and her godlike king, whose magical prowess, was unrivaled and whose word was law and unchallenged, was a clear signal that the white man was not to be toyed with, and that the institution he represented had come to stay. What befell Benin, ricocheted across many places, including Urobo land. So the expression Iwiri Aka, which means Benin smoke, memorializes till this day the intensity of the fire and smoke arising from the bombardment of Benin. So in the wake of that scorched earth invasion, uncountable lives were lost, artifacts were looted, the godlike king was arrested and deported to Calabar, and that bloody episode ended an era of the Benin people. So as I write, the fate of Abame, Benin, and other places that resisted the colonial encounter is being visited on Okuama, a small island with less than 500 inhabitants. Okuama has fallen victim of the present post-colonial contraption enervated by too many subversive contradictions. So the village has emanated from centuries of obscurity and suffocating deprivation to attain obnoxious visibility. So from being a somnolent enclave on the bank of the River Focados, Okuama leaped to limelight as televisions, radios, and newspapers struggled to give vent to the bloody drama that has gone on for 1 week and is still ongoing. So the people of Okuama have been accused by the Nigerian army of killing their officers and men, numbering 17, who had purportedly gone there on a peace mission. For that, the Nigerian army invaded Okuama and razed it, inflicting destruction, deaths, and displacement. Okuama is no more. The tragedy here is double, as the state represented by the dead soldiers and humanity, symbolized by the innocent, oppressed, but peace-loving people of Okuama are the victims, and the entire community of humanity is grossly diminished. Okuama is no more. So the gallant soldiers who met their untimely death were human beings like the rest of us, and they really deserve our empathy. We must put ourselves in their place and imagine how dastardly they were murdered and debased, even in death, while serving their fatherland. Soldiers are crucial to the survival of both the primordial and the modern state. So they sign up to defend the people and die for the honor of the country, if need be, but not the kind of death that they met in the precincts of the Focados. So we mourn with their families and pray for them to be endowed with the fortitude to bear the loss. After all, the slain soldiers are sons, brothers, husbands, and fathers to people who by now must have been very distraught. So the Nigerian army also deserve consolation for the loss of their comrade in war in arms. So we also mourn with Nigeria, with which we must join hands to undo the present dark and bloody episode. Having said the foregoing, one must be forthright, if not audaciously, to absolve the Okuama people of the allegations of killing the soldiers. Time, the revealer of all things, shall absolve the people of Okuama. Time will also heal them of the wounds, but the scars and memories of loss will remain wherever they might have been dispersed. The Okuama people, who before the military expedition lived on the banks of the Focados River, are of the Ewu clan in Urobo land. Let the military and the Nigerian state check their records, and they will discover that there is no single instance of the Urobo people committing any infraction against them. The Urobo mindset has always been defined by certain expressions like Agavre Igometi, you can't be more powerful than government. Enene Igometi Hora, you don't fight with the government. Ajeko Ibo, beware of the white man. So these sayings speak to the high regard, loyalty, and near veneration and the Urobo people, among whom are the Okuamas, have for the government. So in the context of the foregoing, the Nigerian army represents the force of the government, which the people have always held in the highest of esteem. So the Urobo allegiance to the nation and the Nigerian army is legendary. It is always said among the Urobo that you only need to hang the uniform of a soldier near your household and nobody will trespass. So the Urobo people have been very hospitable to soldiers. They always warmly receive them with isiagware, the tradition of placing drinks, kola nuts, and money in a bowl as a show of friendship and hospitality. There is no soldier posted to Urobo land that doesn't know the isiagware tradition. So let the Nigerian state do a simple fact-checking. There has been no single instance where the Urobo raised a finger against the military. Soldiers occupied Kukuri for many years, and the people catered for them the way they would their own relations. Probably with the exception of the thieves, Urobo men enlisted more in the Nigerian army than any other ethnic nationality during the Nigerian Civil War. There is no family in Urobo land that didn't have a son in the army in those dreary 30 months. So their son, General David Ejo, was to become chief of army staff after the war. Are these the same people who will turn around to hound soldiers that they have always embraced? After the burning of Okuama, soldiers traced the alleged militant leader suspected to be the mastermind of the killing to Igbomotoru and Ijo village in Bayelsa State. Recall that the originating conflict was between Okuama and Urobo community, and Okoloba and Ijo community. Will the Urobo commit such a heinous crime against the state and run to seek refuge in the village of the antagonist tribe? This runs against the grain. The initial narrative offered by the Nigerian army, which accused the placid youths of Okuama of killing the soldiers, need to be reconstructed. Whoever knows Okuama before the incident will know that the kind of capacity that will undo troops of the Nigerian army is lacking in the sleepy village. The narrative should be reconstructed. The soldiers could have been killed elsewhere and their bodies dumped at Okuama, so it is not impossible. Urobo youths have never been known to be militant. Their engagement with the Nigerian state has always been constructive, even at critical moments. Thankfully, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has asked the authorities to look beyond the area for the perpetrators of the act. So the federal government directive to the military to bring the criminals to justice was not only ill-advised, but a carte blanche. It was as good as telling the soldiers, go destroy and kill, and that has happened. And many innocent people have been killed, and the survivors have been displaced with no homes to go back to. Okuama is no more. So the government seems to lack memory. This happened in Odi and Zakibian. Has it stopped the act? In fact, the army chief under whose watch Odi was leveled hailed from Zakibian. He was still alive when another army chief ordered the raising of Zakibian. Nations do not evolve like that. The army, no matter the provocation, must learn to act professionally so that it can continue to earn the respect, trust, and cooperation of the citizens. The federal government needs to institute an independent inquiry into what happened at Okuama. The federal government should rebuild Okuama and let the survivors return to their ancestral home with compensation. The time to do so is now, as Okuama is no more. Nah, this will not be small write-up. Some say 2 wrongs can never make a right. That's in the comment section. The killing of the soldiers is very regrettable, just as the extrajudicial killing of Okuama people by the soldiers is a reprisal utterly shameful and condemnable. The tragedy of Okuama, if not well handled, may end up pitching the people against the army. And when the dust settles, the government and the military authorities should thoroughly review the rules of engagement of the military. For instance, was that peace mission properly sanctioned? You are right, but with the haters of truth like this, that is the big problem. This is totally rubbish. Remember NSAS, when soldiers killed innocent protesters, we did not hear anything from government. Now look at what happened now. What happened now is wahala. Where is the almighty Asari Dokubo? Come and save your people from your government you gave us. Not be lie. So what every action carried out by man, he must answer that before his creator. For those innocent blood the army wasted, okay, they must answer to that with time. The mission of those soldiers to that community still remain fully unanswered. When did the military become internal dispute settlers in Nigeria? Why didn't federal government call for full investigation into the killing than allow the military to level and kill innocent citizens? How will you investigate the killing of soldiers? That is bad. That is bad, man. This is serious. This is serious. They don't fight any oil thieves. Okay? You people to face war, robots should arm themselves. These are the we here on this platform. And wonder who is talking, mature man or baby boy. I don't understand what I say, because they have used head to stir the hornets. Is that why they should be killed? You guys are lucky that I'm not the commanding officer. I hate citizens killing army. When those soldiers, officers were killed, you were happy hailing Niger Delta boys. Then they're not they take last. This is just the beginning. Can you imagine? This is what somebody's saying. Somebody should see your Momo talk. Did the army publish what really led to the killings? I believe someone must have led, something must have led to the killing, because some of the villages testify that more than 40 people were killed before the killing of the soldiers happened. They will never publish the other side of the story. That is it. That is it. It's an unfortunate situation, I must tell you the truth. So that is the title of this write-up, Okuama is No More, by Sonny Awhefeada. Let's have your comment for this and thank you for sharing.